There are dark and unfathomable secrets discussed here. You will not attempt to understand them. There are dark and unfathomable secrets in this world. Mankind is not meant to know them. Agents of the program destroy the evidence and execute the practitioners of the knowledge these secrets impart. These recordings are the history of the failure of the program to do so. They always fail in the end. I've seen it. We've always seen it. We will always see it. We hope you enjoy your time with the program.
Okay, you guys head to the church. It's here in town, and there's nobody there. It's a Saturday, obviously. There are two cars parked out front and one behind, and you're looking. You see like the main door, like entrance to the church, and there are two doors on the back of the church, and one separate door that leads into like a basement of the church, but from the outside as well. There's also windows on the sides of the church that like into the basement as well.
Okay, there's no people here, though.
There's nobody outside, but there are three cars.
Okay, and the church is open. We just go inside.
Yeah, you walk in, and there is an elderly man. There's Randall, who you met before, is like waving his hands and talking to the elderly man. And you guys open the door, and they turn, and Randall says, Well, if it isn't my friends from the Federal Bureau of Investigation, you came a day early or a day late. Not that y'all can do much, right? So I assume it's a good saying. It sounds about right that you wouldn't be coming here on the right day. Probably can't count, just like you can't count votes.
The FBI doesn't.
And the old man just kind of like shakes his head. But the first thing you guys notice is that behind the pulpit is a painting of a seven-winged green angel.
Blow my mind. I go, hey, you got me. Yeah, we were busy yesterday. We were gonna come tomorrow, but we were just too eager. We wanted to come in and see what's going on. Yeah, you sold us so well when you told us about this place. We had to come check it out as soon as we had the time to.
Ain't open today. Is only open to the pastor here and to me because I saw his car and decided to walk in. Unless you're looking to rent the apartment in the back. I don't see y'all folks staying in town too long to do that though.
I'm sorry, an apartment in the back?
And the pastor's like, please, Brother Randall, just leave, please, just for a moment. Yeah, yes, we subsist on we don't have a large church here. There are two apartments available in the back of the church for single room.
How large would you say your following is? Just out of curiosity.
About a dozen normally per week. It's mostly my family. So we've been in the area for a couple hundred years.
You don't say.
How much is rent?
$300 a month. That's all.
Interesting. I actually might be interested in that. Not only for a couple of days. Just while we're around, support local businesses.
We have one of the rooms is available. You share laundry in the basement of the church. There's the key. You can get in through the basement door there on the back, and you have of course your own bathrooms to each apartment and a stove and a sink.
So as enticing as this sounds, it's not entirely why we're here. We were just trying to just investigate. Would you mind giving us a summary, a lesson on what your church is focused around?
We follow the teachings of the same style of religion of my relatives that moved here so long ago. Just kind of like a reliance on your community, and of course a more traditional belief in God than is preached maybe in more public spaces. Kind of a dying breed, but in the last days, that's what all Christianity shall be, and I believe we are there. If you'd like, I will be preaching on the end times this Sunday.
Fascinating stuff.
Who?
I gotta ask, the elephant in the room. Who did that marvelous mural on the back wall there?
Actually, that mural was transported from the site of the original original church, I had the wood removed. Well, I did. My grandfather had the wood removed that it was originally painted on, placed back into the back when we built this church. The original church was about a 10-minute drive south of here on what is now just an empty lot, burned to the ground. 100 years ago now, I'd say. All but this painting, I believe, it's said to have been done by my great aunt.
What was the name of your great aunt?
Oh, Marjorie. But she was married to she married into the family. She was married to my uncle, who was the preacher at the time. My great uncle, who was the preacher at the time, and his name was. His name
was it Abel Kirwan?
Abel Kirwan. Yeah,
Whoa.
Abel Kirwan. I'm actually my name's actually Aaron Kirwan, named after him. He's buried in a different church out there.
So, this mural.
Wowzers.
What does it mean?
It's actually kind of an embarrassing story. It's when the first settlers moved out here, they connected with this imagery. It's been traced to maybe some less than Christian ideas in modern times, but the people who moved here just thought of it as kind of a god of, or not a god, an angel of, like a gathering angel that would help them through the winters. If your harvest wasn't great, the angel might guide a deer into your path over the winter, or help you find a cave that had edible fungus or growing in it, or a fish. The people who lived here ate blind cave fish. Is a story for one winter.
Is there anything else about this angel? Something that was maybe used to summon it, something that was maybe used to worship it specifically, like, oh, we make a sacrifice of our harvest or whatever.
I don't. I mean, it's we haven't properly worshipped that angel in generations. I know there's a phrase, and Randall says, "Hickey Mosa," and he spits on the floor.
I forgot about Hickey Mosa.
Did you just spit on the floor of a church?
Yeah, what the fuck is that about, Randall?
The pastor looks and says, "Randall, you can't. I don't. It's tradition. You always spit out. It's not meant for man's mouths to say. You gotta clean your mouth right after you say it. That's the tradition."
So I say, so it's Hickey Mosa, then also spit on the floor.
And he's cleaning up that,
the
right?
pastor just rubbed the bridge of his nose.
So to make sure I got it right. Cool. We're gonna say this in a bunch of dangerous situations. Interesting. That guy seems really into this. Hickey Mosa, I spit again. Thing.
He says that's its name.
The name of the angel?
Yep. Now don't go saying it. You're a non-believer. You'll be struck down by God.
Sure.
Hickey Mosa, Hickey Mosa, Hickey Mosa, Hickey Mosa, Hickey Mosa.
And Randall walks up to you and grabs you around grabs you around your jacket and yells at you.
What does he yell?
He just screams. He's like, "You come in here from out of town. You don't know nothing about nothing. Gonna bring my religion into your mouth in my church."
I don't see any.
And he's an old man. He's an old man, but he's still he grabs you with a surprising strength. Kind of lifts you up a little bit. Spittle hitting you in the face.
I don't see any lightning bolts coming down from heaven there, Randall.
And the pastor rushes up and separates the two of you. He's like, I think it's about time you left, unless you're gonna come back here with a warrant. I'm sorry.
I don't suppose I can still rent that
A warrant
room.
for what?
Cool, I was gonna get a key to the basement of this church, but not anymore. I assume he kicks all of us out.
Yeah, he kicks all of you out.
Well, we got the passphrase.
Yeah, we got that at least. Consolation.
I'm running out of stuff to chase after. It might be time to commit to getting our scuba gear and going ham on this cave.
I mean, what time is it today? Because it's still Saturday, right?
Yes, it's still Saturday. You guys got your car at 10. Drove. I'd say it's probably like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock.
I say we
it's like 3
speedily
o'clock.
head to the Devil's Cave and set up the cams.
Okay.
I think we just go in, man.
Unless anyone has to say.
I think we go in. I think
Agreed.
we call up Nina Hartley and we get into that cave.
Okay, Nina Hartley meets you guys there with the scuba gear.
Nina Hartley.
I was gonna radio her like on the way there. Like
I really don't want to. I don't want to fuck up Nina Hartley's life.
buddy, our whole gig is fucking up people's lives.
I thought our whole gig was not fucking up people's lives. They're
No,
like
no.
our life. We're
No, no,
fucking
no.
up our own lives to keep their lives from being fucked up.
I might be wrong, but I think you've got this backwards. We leave a trail of fucked up lives to prevent the general populace from being fucked up. Like, we use people up for our own means, and then kill them or let them go crazy or whatever, and then that prevents, like, the whole town from going crazy.
That's fair. All right.
Like, if I'm playing this wrong, somebody tell me, but I'm pretty sure that's the whole idea.
Well, from how I'm understanding what you're saying, that means Nina gets the flamethrower.
That's fine.
What?
I'm okay with that.
We're not burning another human alive, you psychopath.
No, she gets the flame. She gets to
gets
use
to
it.
use
We don't-
it.
We're not.
Oh, I
not,
thought
not
maybe-
like a mobster way. Like, oh, take care. I think you said take care of her. Yeah.
Nina gets the flamethrower.
Nina sleeps with the flamethrower.
Okay.
So
yeah, Nina- You guys radio
But I
Nina.
trust her more than
Radio Nina.
Anyone else in this party? Yeah. To the cave.
Yeah, you guys meet Nina there, and you make your way to the cave. Again, you have to like pull yourself in to like you have to like go sideways, or you have to crawl. You have to walk in. You have to crawl on your hands and knees. You get into the main atrium there. The pig has since rotted away for a day. Bloated, smells terrible in here. You then go to the side area that you have to crawl through, and again, it takes like 10 minutes,
that.
7 to 10 minutes. Yep.
I would have set up one of the cams, at least I'm assuming they have infrared of some sort.
Yeah.
Set up one so that it can far wall, because the two hallways are essentially on the same side. Set it up
Yes.
so it
Yeah.
can
Yes. One interruption. Nina does when you guys message her. She goes, "Should I bring Dan? He could stay with the cars."
No.
I don't.
Well.
I don't know, because what if we're not all walking back?
Y'all, if we come running out of this place screaming about like crazy nonsense, and we gotta like cover up whatever, I don't need.
I don't need to kill. I don't want to kill Dan.
Oh,
I'm gonna say-
wait, we're killing Nina, but Dan is like, no, not Dan, not minor character Dan.
Okay.
I
First of all, he
Not-
hates
Not
that
2 lines of
nickname.
dialogue,
The
Dan.
fact that he doesn't like being called minor character. All right, that's it's hurtful.
but I'm agreeing with Doc.
I just
We actually
don't want
care
to.
about
Okay,
we
okay.
don't need
All right, the four of you and Nina Hartley meet up at the cave, and you get there before her, obviously, because you guys call her on the way. Do you guys go to the cave, or do you wait for her on the side of the road?
I think we start moving equipment, or at least 2 of us should.
Yeah, we should at least set up while we're
Check
waiting
out.
for her.
You guys set up your trail cams. Eventually, she arrives. You told her no Dan, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, no Dan. She parks her car, 3 cars now on the side of the highway, and she meets you guys up by the cave side. And she's got scuba gear in 3 duffel bags that she's carrying with her. 2 sets per duffel bag.
Okay. We should not put that gear on until we are.
Damn it. Is there another duffel bag I can just stow the rifles away in for like right now, so that way she's not like, hey, why are we taking assault gear into a cave?
And is
I don't
that
think
duffel
she's gonna ask
bag
any questions.
waterproof?
You guys got shot at last time you were over here.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
We're the feds.
yeah, it's fair. I guess, yeah, that's.
I'm bringing a flamethrower, so like.
Flamethrower key.
Actually, I'm not bringing the flamethrower because I'm not. That I assume that's not going to go into the water with us.
If we shut the gas lines off, anything's possible.
I don't think
Tell
it's
it
gonna
might be
fit.
buoyant.
I'm gonna end up having to like abandon it in some tunnel or something. I don't take it. I leave it. I do take the C4 though.
Okay. Wait, I know this is gonna feel a little bit like retconning, but are we putting our scuba gear on before we get to the cave?
No. No,
You're gonna wear the suit again there, Doc?
No, we're gonna tear the wetsuits through.
That's what I'm asking. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, we don't do that.
All right, I'm gonna do it anyways.
In character, always wearing a wetsuit, just sealing it.
I'm just not gonna wear my suit over the top of it this time. I'm just gonna go into the cave in my wetsuit, prepared.
To drown. All right, yeah, fine. We go in. Let's do this.
Okay, you guys head in again. So you go in and it's walking for the first like 10 feet, and then you have to get down on hands and knees and crawl like that for another 30 or 40 feet, heading downward and into the cave. You come into that atrium area with all the graffiti and the 7-winged angelic figure painted on carved into the left wall, just like a vague image. You go around that corner where you have to press sideways. Oh, go ahead.
Is my gauze still there that I hid?
If you hit gauze, then yes. No, it'd be in the next chamber.
Yeah, is it chamber with the water?
What was this?
Nina, oh, by the way, as she walks up, Nina looks at Doc and she says, "What'd you do to your hand? Because you've still got like a light bandage on it."
Yeah, Doc. What'd you do to your hands?
I cut it, just doing FBI stuff.
Oh,
he's modest. Tell her what happened.
We were scaling some fences that were some private fences just to do some investigations and dangers of the trade.
Oh, where were you at?
While this awkward conversation is going on,
private military installment.
When did you go to a military base?
I mean,
I didn't say base. It's just a private military installment.
Sorry, Agent Johnny. What was that?
Okay.
I make sure that while this awkward conversation is happening, the game cam in this first atrium is set up properly.
Okay. Yeah, you set up. You guys,
I think it's going fine.
you then move over to the right side of the atrium, and you get into that area again where you have to go for like probably where it takes you like 7 or 8 minutes pressed up, where you have to move by shimmering like sideways, putting your scuba gear on the ground and kind of like nudging it with your leg to push it through where it's a little wider towards the bottom. This oppressive darkness. You enter this inner atrium, and your electronics begin to like fizzle out. Their batteries kind of go haywire. They turn off and on, and you see the spring again and the immaculately carved green seraphim on the back of the wall of this 10-foot by 8-foot area here.
how's she holding up seeing all this?
She looks at she saw all the graffiti in the last room and the carving in it and was like, "That's interesting." And then when she moves into this room, she gasps and is like, "Oh my god, what is that?"
That's kind of what we're here to find out.
So you don't recognize that at all?
No, I'm
Oh, that's
not.
right, you're not
a
from here, that's
religious
right.
woman, and okay, she said, "Okay, spring is this back here?"
Yeah.
Now we
well-
should check for the gauze.
Yeah, the gauze is still there.
Okay.
Before we suit up,
Okay.
I say,
Yeah, before.
how many tears are in this idiot's wetsuit right now? After shimmying through this like tight, like rocky hallway. I know we're all doctors here, but some of us seem to be smarter doctors than others. Before we suit up, before the rest of us suit up, I guess, I say Hickey Mosa, then I spit.
Yeah, nothing happens.
Nothing happens? Okay. Suiting up it is.
Okay,
That's
you
rude.
suit up. Nina Hartley suits up. She looks at the four of you and says, "Okay, who's going first?"
I say nose goes.
We all stare at her.
She puts her finger on her nose, looks at you guys, and sighs and says, "Fine."
I'll go.
No,
You're
it's
behind me.
fine. She says, I'm the most experienced here. I'll go first.
Nina, you have
And
the highest navigation
Yeah,
skill.
that's
I know that
fair,
doesn't mean anything to you, but it's really important.
She was okay. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna see how far I can get, and then I will come back and get you guys. Okay?
Oh,
Wait, we're letting her go alone?
This is the best case scenario. I didn't think she'd be okay with that.
So I mean, it's a cave. The most threatening thing down here is like what, a surprisingly large blind cave fish.
You're right. That's 100% the only most dangerous thing you can run into. Let us know how it goes.
And so she dives in, and 4 minutes pass, 5 minutes pass.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we probably should have set up like a time with her, so it's like, we're not like sitting here like, oh, 45 minutes have passed. She's definitely coming back. She didn't get eaten by Cthulhu.
Well, hold on. How much?
I assume we set up a rope or something.
We're not allowed to fight Cthulhu's copywritten. What? How much oxygen did she take?
She just took 1 tank, which is enough for an hour.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
Okay.
cool.
We're here for a minute.
We're just gonna sit in this fucking terrifying.
I take a tennis ball
claustrophobic for an hour.
and I like Steve McQueen it. I just like bounce it off the wall like I'm in solitary. We're just.
Yeah, and with this incredibly realistically like winged figure, like carved into the wall 8 feet high.
We start talking to it because we're just so used to it. We're just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think, Wilson?
Yeah, 10 minutes passed, 11, 12 minutes, 13 minutes, 14 minutes, and you guys see Shadow. And sure enough, Nina Hartley pops out and says, "You are not going to believe what's on the other side of this.
Really big blind
definitely
cavefish.
The biggest cave fish. How did like the size of a toddler? Like
Wow, so big.
for a cave fish, the normal size is like a finger." She goes, "No, there's like a massive underground cave or something. You just bring some of the gear."
Is that all underwater, or can we get out of the water?
No,
from this
no,
cave?
it comes up out of the water. It goes. You go down for a little bit.
Hell
I
yeah.
walked around up there a little, but I couldn't see much. My flashlight wouldn't really work.
Good thing we got the kerosene
Yeah, we brought
torches.
enough kerosene for us anyway. Probably should have mentioned that before we went in
Definitely.
here.
Definitely bring in the.
He says, "Oh, the one thing I
guns,
will
yeah.
go ahead and say,
got 'em.
I don't know how much you're going to be able to carry. There's a couple spots in the first like 4 or 5 minutes you're going to be swimming where I had to pull myself through.
Well,
We don't have a ton of gear, do we?
Yeah,
Just-
you're not going to be able to bring. If you're going to bring the guns, you're going to have to like swim with one arm, which is going to make you guys take double the amount of time." And you're gonna have to like push the gun in front of you. Like you're definitely not getting the flamethrower through. And you
I
guys
left the flamethrower behind.
Oh, did you? Okay.
he gave up on that thing pretty quickly.
I didn't think it was going to survive the water like that.
Yeah.
Seemed.
That's true as well.
I mean, I don't have any. I got like a pistol. That's like the only thing on my person right now. So I'm down to go whenever.
Okay.
I'll carry. I assume we can can we drag the bags through, or because we're gonna need the lights.
She says, yeah, and she pulls a like glow stick out of one of the bags she has and snaps it and ties it around her ankle. And says, "You should be able to follow this. I'll lead again."
Okay. So we can drag our kerosene lamps with us.
Yeah, I've got the weapons bag.
Will those work after being drugged through water? Somebody with camp knowledge?
They will not. You'll have to seal them somehow. The bags that the scuba gear came with some sealable water-type bags that you can put them in. But again,
we have the
just
lamps?
carrying a single kerosene lamp you're gonna have to swim with one hand, carrying the lamp like against your chest, so it doesn't get crushed by the rocks.
Well, the alternative is one glow stick.
Yep.
So
I don't like that. Yeah.
Yeah. If it took her 15 minutes to get there, walk around, and come back, double the time is not that big of a deal.
Yeah. I assume she closed her valves and everything once she hit topside.
Yeah. And yeah, like we swam for like hours scuba diving previously. So like, yeah, I'm down. Like I take mine with me. I can't tell you guys what to do. I take mine.
Yeah, I take the weapons bags.
Same.
And yeah.
And I take a lamp, but if that's the case, doubling the time means we would have just enough air for getting there and getting back.
We have an hour.
No extra excursions.
Well, it's 15 minutes for her to
Right,
get
but-
out and walk around. So like I assume we're like 10
Okay.
minutes. So it's probably 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's 40 minutes there and back. But we also, I don't need to take this with me. I can leave the kerosene in this cave on the way back.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know if you noticed,
we are
but
running
these
for our
guns don't have
lives,
serial numbers.
we just leave
Sure,
all of our
yes,
stuff and just go.
Including the weapons for whichever crazy monster is there with us, yes.
Few monsters have opposable thumbs.
If this monster has the ability to use firearms, I think we've got a lot
It's
more
already,
problems.
it's already.
It's already over.
The
for
only
us.
thing that can stop a bad monster with a gun is a good monster with a gun. We're gonna have to find a monster somewhere and arm it.
And then decide if it has the moral constitution to be armed.
All right, yeah. Let's do this.
All right, you guys pull yourselves through, and so yeah, you guys pull yourselves through. It takes you 15 minutes to swim, and you break the surface. You don't have to decompress or anything. And what Nina said is true. You are inside this cave, and you can't see the far edges of the cave, even with your kerosene lamps from where you guys are at. It's like you've been transported to a different world.
So like we can't see anything.
No, you guys get your kerosene lamps and you light them. You can't see the far like this.
Can we hear
this
any-
space must be very large that you're in.
Can we hear anything like moving or
A
a wind or anything like that?
No, nothing like that. Same cave, some dripping water. Sure enough, as you guys like step out of the water and turn your lamps on and turn, there are blind cavefish the size of toddlers like swimming up to the edge of the water,
It's a weird unit
attracted
of
to
measurement.
something.
It's such an odd unit.
We
of
use
measurement.
meters in the
He's a
FBI.
He's a Smash
A
player, though.
meter
so-
long. All right. Stop.
I
With that, did Nina have her compass again?
Yes, she had her compass. You guys have swam directly east from where you entered the cave
How deep do you think we
Would
are right
that
now, Nina?
be-
and down.
so deep.
Go ahead.
Would that be roughly where the
How many
weird rock
toddlers down would you say
formation
we are?
was?
No. How many toddlers down? No, it's a completely different direction. But when you ask her that question, she says, no, but I think that if we had followed that trail for another like 40 minutes, 50 minutes, swam through that underwater passage, we might have gotten to here eventually.
That checks out.
Yeah.
I say hickey mosa and spit on the ground.
She looks at you quizzically and says, "Why? You did that earlier in the cave. Why?"
Just in case.
Okay. And she says, "Hickey mo what? Hickey
You gotta spit
No,
afterwards.
don't you start doing it.
You gotta
Don't-
spit
you gotta-
afterwards.
Hickey
Don't
mo's
hurt.
high." And she spits on the ground.
I have no reason not to tell her. Like, that angel that we saw in the previous room is in a bunch of old churches around here. We talked to some believers of, whatever faith that represents, and apparently that phrase has meaning to them. You have to spit afterwards because it's not meant for human mouths to say, so you have to clean your mouth afterwards. And I keep saying it because I think that this place is tied to that, and I am curious if
Okay.
that matters or not.
She says,
Just seeing what's
okay.
up.
I mean, I didn't take you as a superstitious type, but superstitious type.
I'm not superstitious. I'm a little stitious.
She says, okay, and so you guys walk forward, and eventually the room, you do come to like where you can see the edge, and all of you kind of stop when you finally get to the point where you're piercing them, so you see like the edge of this cave, because it's not a cave wall, it's carved out of the stone to be square. And as you continue moving forward another 10 or 15 feet, you see drums, like metal drums in front of you, stacked up in like a square, stacked double high. The ones on the bottom are leaking an orangish, like gross looking fluid.
So like oil drums, not like Jamaica drums.
Yes, yeah, like oil drums.
Can't like play some little mermaid.
Taking a sample.
No, don't touch
You,
that.
Don't touch
go
that.
up.
I
You go
see.
up to
No,
take a
I see
sample.
him move and stop him. That's definitely Agent Orange. Do not touch
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
You don't
Sure
need to
enough.
confirm that one.
You guys raise your kerosene lamps as you get closer, and it says like U.S. government property,
no,
Agent
if it's
Orange.
Agent
quotes.
Orange. Yeah,
It
no.
just straight up
Keep the
says
fire
Agent
away.
Orange on the side of the barrels.
Yep.
Yeah, no. If I see that as I'm going to go take a sample, I make sure all fire stays away, including the. Well, no, that's the
But-
carbonite.
Is Agent Orange flammable? Do we know?
Nina's like, I kind of want to.
It's like a
Do you think
herbicide.
it tastes like orange?
Nope. Stop.
I'm
It
joking.
probably tastes like Tang. Like, honestly.
There's
Agent
no
Orange
difference.
is Tang. They're the same thing.
But you don't need to
Um,
confirm that.
But so Nina Hartley sees the containers and gasps and is like, "This is a environmental disaster waiting to happen. Where are we?"
I don't know. This is
That's
definitely the
what we're
worst thing that could
investigating.
happen, though.
Yeah. I mean, I can't imagine. Like, if this leaked into the water, this water supply contains water for people as far south as like New Albany.
Yeah,
Like, this
checks
would
out.
be a. Why are there
Not New
government?
Albany.
What is happening?
We don't know.
And she pushes forward, and you guys continue moving forward in this giant like storage area is what this is, and you see a metal door rusted to hell in front of you at the end of this cave. Again, this area has been carved square.
Open that door.
Metaphorically
Open
rusted
that
to
door.
hell, or
No,
like literally.
literally, literally
Column A,
rusted
column B.
to hell. Yeah, you guys open the door, and even for its rust, you see it opens with relative ease, and you see where there's rust lines on the floor where this has been opened within like relative recency. It looks like somebody had to like scrape it to pull it open. You enter the next room. And you see some like old metal desks and some scientific equipment. Stepping into the room, your feet get wet in this weird viscous liquid.
Nash is gonna kind of motion to Johnny to come back to him so he can start opening up the bag nonchalantly.
What are you? The shotgun bag.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this weird
Nice.
viscous liquid coats the floor, coats everything in this room. This room is roughly 20 feet wide and 12 feet long, and there's another door at the other end.
I do take a sample of that random liquid.
Okay.
Open the door.
You open the next door, and there's some it resists you opening it as you push more of this liquid that flows into this next room. And as you enter this room, you see glowing lights up like stuck against the different walls. It's like phosphorescent material, and you guys begin to move it. It's up to you. This gross, like kind of thick, surprisingly thick, like syrupy liquid. Who had the highest? Was it to see things? I can't. Sorry.
Alertness.
Alertness. is
Alert.
first.
Yeah. Who had the highest alertness?
70. That'd be Nash.
70. Ash. And who didn't you have a 60, Ben? Ben, your character.
Yes.
Yeah. Both of you feel that vibration now, like in this liquid. But you start to notice not only the vibration, but you feel like the liquid kind of moving around your legs, like it's being pulled towards another door that's off to the left of this room. There's two doors, one to the left, one to the right.
I'm just gonna,
And these doors are built into metal, like built into like metal set,
Which
so
one was rusted?
no longer rock.
I'm gonna
Neither
point
of
out
these
to the
these
rest
are
of the
both
group.
rusted up above where this liquid touches them.
I'm gonna tell them that there's a current moving through the liquid.
Yeah. And you say that, and you see the door to the left slowly kind of opens up. and you see
still have
more of the
C4,
liquid
right?
begin to pool and pool to the point that all of you now notice it as this. And again, like you've got your kerosene torches, you've got this phosphorescent like material that's up in the corners, but it's dark. You guys see this liquid, this gross kind of reddish yellow liquid begins to pool towards one section, and it rises up into a big blob, and you see a brain and two eyes and a spinal column and all these tendrils as this thing begins to rush at you with its nerve endings out reaching towards you. And all of you hear in your mind, more test subjects as this thing rushes you. Everybody make a sanity check.
Yeah, no
You
shit.
broke Nina.
Oh god, I've hit my microphone. I'm so
Including
spooked.
Nina, yes.
Yeah, that's a 4. I'm very sane, guys.
Ooh, well, wait.
I passed by like 3 points, but I did pass.
Okay.
I passed by 2.
If you pass, you take 1d4 unnatural. If you fail, you take 1d10 unnatural damage to your sanity, and check to see if that brings you below your break limit.
I should be fine. Oh boy. Man, a D4? I gotta tell somebody ahead of time. I don't got that many D4s.
Oh, cool. Just 1.
Fuck me, that's a 3.
I rolled a 7, and that's just 1d4, right?
If you pass, yeah, 1d4.
Cool.
If you fail, it's 1d10.
Oh, 4. Why wouldn't it be? That's to our sanity,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Above my breaking point.
I'm above breaking point.
I ain't afraid of no
Same.
blobby brain.
News. Does it make the jinx sound when it runs at us?
No, it's almost silent. It doesn't. This more test subjects you hear is airy and weird, and it comes from inside your head.
You know
I
what?
know how Nina did.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Nina begins to just scream and drops her lamp into the weird liquid.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's
Well,
fine.
at least we know it's not flammable.
You know what? You're right. You know what's really handy right now? Explosives.
It's true.
Explode the brain.
I got
Nash, what do you do as this thing rushes you? It's passing over these desks and stuff that's in this thing, and these desks, like the liquid gathers up around the desk to allow this thing just like flawlessly pass over stuff. Like the liquid is gathering up around this creature and protecting it, and it's moving through it like unnaturally.
Can I would imagine that with it just being fluid, my rifle's probably not going to do anything to this thing.
Only one way to find out.
Can I just try to usher everyone towards the nearest exit, like the door that we can close?
Yeah, that would be behind you guys by about 15 feet, probably.
Yeah, I'm gonna shout out to back up, and I guess I'm gonna try to shoot it.
Okay.
I'm gonna aim for the brain.
Yeah, you raise your rifle and fire.
And that's a
And that's going to
60.
be a targeted shot, so you're going to add difficulty.
How big is this brain?
Huh?
How big is the brain?
The
Is that
size of
brain
a brain.
size?
Oh, it's like brain sized?
Yeah, it's a brain. It's like a human brain.
Sorry, in my
Human
head it was
brain.
like way bigger than that. I'm sorry.
Okay.
How many toddlers is that?
How many
One
toddlers
toddler.
big? It's a big brain.
One toddler. At 15
Wait.
yards.
I'm the size of
Hold
2
on.
toddlers entirely, so like
How big are the toddlers you're comparing this to?
It's about toddler size.
yeah, not all toddlers are toddler sized.
So aiming for the, I'm going to call this aiming for the head, which is at a minus 40%.
A minus 40%?
Yeah.
Whoa, so I have to roll under a 30. Good. Okay. Dice don't fail me now. Yeah. 35.
Oh shit.
Not a critical fail. Yeah, you hit the thing, but it just passes through this weird liquid with like a sound, almost imperceptibly, of course, because this would be a supersonic bullet, and slams into the wall behind the creature.
Okay.
Barks, what and do you also run? Because I think if you run while you're shooting, you would have taken an even harder shot.
Should I run then shoot?
You have to do one or the other on your turn.
Okay.
You need to make one action in Delta Green.
I'm just gonna.
You can run and shoot at the same time, but it makes it even harder to hit.
I'm just gonna shoot and hope that everyone's backing up.
Okay. Barks.
Yeah, I'm straight up running. Like,
Okay. Barks sprints out the door.
Yeah.
Did you all keep your wet gear on? I assume.
Yeah.
never took it off, baby.
Yours is full of holes,
The
but you're
creature
storing it.
rushes forward, and because Nash stood at the front, it's gonna slam you with its. It's gonna like grab you with its nerve-ending tentacles, and you get like this weird like electrical sense that this thing's trying to knock you out, and it's going to attack you with melee. You're wielding a ranged weapon, which means you can't defend against it.
I am wearing body armor. That helps.
Okay.
Over here, scuba suit.
Yes. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. I forgot we're in scuba. Brought that up. What do I need to roll, Austin?
You don't need to roll anything. It had to roll its melee, and it got a 13. It hits you, and you are going to be knocked unconscious by this thing as it sends a pulse through every nerve ending of your body. Feels like it got electrocuted and on fire at the same time. Like your body is completely overwhelmed with pain as you fall to the ground, writhing in this liquid.
Specializing in first aid doesn't actually.
It might later.
Johnny, what do you do?
Why did you have to get knocked unconscious, man?
I don't know.
I'm gonna blow you up.
So
I didn't have to roll a 13.
we were told to run, and then Nash just kind of got engulfed. Where
sorry.
were we running?
Probably back out the door you came through.
Well, not toward. I think I'm gonna head towards the right door, the one that has not been opened yet.
Are you sure about that?
He said it.
Okay, yeah, Johnny
Yes.
goes hero mode and sprints towards the right door, and he makes it. This is a smaller room. Flings it open, and Johnny, you are met with a bank of containers with like 8 different containers and a bunch of these like metal shelving units with different like boxes on them with some symbols on them. Go ahead and make an awareness roll as you enter in there, please, to see if you notice anything specifically.
Alertness.
Yeah, sorry. Or do search. Let's do search. I apologize.
Search.
Yeah.
It's a much harder roll.
Failure?
Failure.
Yeah, you're looking at these symbols and they seem familiar for some reason on a couple of them, but you can't place it, and you're just going so quick, and your mind is just riddled with fear. Nina Hartley is going to just look at this thing and look at Johnny sprinting to the front right, and she's just going to scream, "Oh, fuck this!" and just sprint backwards towards the exit.
All right, good.
Cohen, you're up.
Fuck. Yeah, I was gonna. It's fine. Whatever. I like all of you enough not to murder you. I also run for the door, I guess.
Which door?
The back door, away from the sentient brain. I don't know what you're doing. I see you do that, and I just go and then leave.
Nash, you're up. You're unconscious.
Is he up?
Good call.
Is there like, what are the rules on that? Do we have to get
God
it?
damn it.
Roll that.
You're
I'm not used to it. I'm not gonna get it.
Roll against
I
your
am
constitution.
unconscious.
Roll against your constitution to see if you it doesn't. So I should have rephrased that. Sorry. It knocks you to the ground.
Okay.
Roll against your constitution to see if you can stand up and run.
27.
Is that? I assume that makes it.
Yeah, under 60.
Yeah. So this thing like grasps you, and as soon as it grasps you, it leaves you alone because it doesn't expect you to be able to get up, and so you're able to like heaving your guts out, puking as you run because this thing just sent a shock to every part of your system.
Instead of running,
What do you do?
Instead of running, do I have a clean shot?
Yeah, you would have a clean shot on this thing.
This man is a Rambo.
What kind of gun are you using? Are you using the rifle?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're gonna be at minus
Or
20 again.
minus 20. Okay, so
Yep.
that's just
Yeah, because you're at point blank range, so you
Mhm.
get a plus 20 to the shot.
Okay. Well, let me roll. Yeah, 24 under 50.
Yeah, you shoot this thing, and you raise the gun and fire, and it you feel like it's screaming in pain as the bullet passes through part of its brain, and you see the like weird liquid that was gathering up around it. It falls, starts like dripping and dropping to the ground and solidifying into chunks as it hits the ground. And can you roll the damage for me on that, please?
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. 12 points of damage, max damage.
Hell yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, you fire straight through this thing's brain case, and it like begins to like shudder, and it stops and pauses and shudders and pauses, and it can't move. The liquid around it falls to the ground, and the brain flops into the liquid itself and starts to just kind of like meander. Jesus. Okay. As it becomes Bark's turn.
That is the damage for a carbine. So it's not even the heaviest gun.
Okay.
Should have said we grabbed the hunting rifle.
Yes. So this thing's not dead?
It's still moving, but it like slowly. It doesn't seem to be a threat anymore.
You're on push to talk, my dude.
I did the Tannen thing. So, like, but we're still in combat.
Yes. It's not dead, but it's immobilized at the moment at least.
I mean, I don't want to just straight up kill it. Like,
What?
I kind of do.
Why? We can study it.
We can study.
No,
the-
that is.
As a man who has "It belongs in a museum" tattooed on his back in Old English,
Why
we can
Old
study it dead. We can study it dead. We study dead brains all the damn time.
That's fair.
Don't we have like Einsteins in like the fucking museum in DC?
I'm just not a great shot anyways. Like, I'm just as likely to fucking miss and hit Nash.
We get it. You're useless. Wearing your
Fuck
your fucking wetsuit on your fucking FBI
You're just mad because I'm prepared.
in your tattered wetsuit.
I'm just gonna since it doesn't appear to be a threat, I'm gonna go look at Nash and make sure that he is okay. Like, just use a first aid check on him.
You're looking at him, and he seems to be in shock for sure. You see that some of that liquid on the ground has gotten up and around his mouth, may have pulled some of it in and fell to the ground. I'm not sure if that's gonna have any lasting impacts on him, but he seems to be riding the adrenaline at the very least to brain shot this damn thing for max goddamn damage. So
That's fair.
Alright, it's the creature's turn, and the creature is swimming very slowly towards the door it came in through, and you guys don't feel that weird, like brain, like fog, and like noises you felt earlier. Johnny, you're up.
Do I see anything odd in this room, or does it seem okay to leave now that I feel the weirdness gone, so to speak?
I would assume that Nash like screams that he shot it when he shot it.
Yeah, I would.
So
definitely
you
let
heard
people
him
know.
say, "It's down, it's down."
Well, I just guess I
Keep
would
shooting
also
it,
heard
please.
Gunshots. So
Yeah.
I would run out and try to shoot it with the.
But you can't run. You can run and shoot, but if you run and shoot, you're gonna take a minus like 40 because you're still gonna have to aim for this thing's brain to hit it. You're gonna take like a minus 60 to hit it.
With a
Well,
shotgun?
Yeah, with a shotgun, would I be able at all, or would I have to switch? To
We'll do. The other thing is it's laying on the ground. It's like in the water, laying on the ground. I don't think you have a clear shot at it between like all the stuff that's in this room. I'll say minus 40 to hit it. I think that's fair because you're right. It's a
So-
shotgun, but you're aiming down at something that's like in the water, in the
That
dark.
buckshot best hit that water.
So
Or it's gonna
with
bounce everywhere like
that-
crazy.
Yeah. With that, I would be at a 0.
Minus
I don't
40.
think it's worth it. Yeah.
Yeah, no. If you try to shoot it at a minus 40, you're going to critically fail on anything except for like a 0-0.
So with that, I will come out of the room and I guess, still thinking in Dungeons and Dragons, be ready to hit it my next turn.
Okay. Yeah, you're gonna use your whole turn running up to it. Is how it works.
Okay.
Uh,
But then I'm just being
Go ahead,
here to
Danny. What were you gonna
assist.
say? Am I wrong about that?
No, you're not. I thought it was my turn. Oh, but it's Nina's turn technically because she's before me.
Yeah. And Nina is gonna hear him screaming that it's down, and she's gonna like stop and turn and stop, and just isn't sure what to do. She doesn't have a gun. She just has like the lantern and some extra like gear and her compass and stuff. And so there's nothing to do. Her mouth is just like hangs open. She doesn't know if she should run for her life still or like stay with you guys. So she just doesn't do anything. As it becomes
Probably
your
the
turn going.
best
That's
thing.
fair. Yeah. Good call, Nina. Good call. Are there any blunt
Nina
objects?
knows.
Is there like a metal pole? Is there anything
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
pick
There's
up?
I mean there's like broken metal desks in here.
You have your lantern.
You have your lantern, yeah.
Yeah, I want something. Whatever the closest thing to a baseball bat I can find.
Okay. Make a luck roll.
That is
Fuck me.
fair.
That's a 51.
Oh,
51. Yeah, you look around and you go to grab like a metal desk leg, but it's just too attached to the leg. You're
It's too
not gonna be able to
metally.
get it off on this turn.
God damn it. Okay. Next
Nash,
time.
you're up.
now I'm up.
Yep.
I mean, I'm gonna. Like, part of me doesn't want to shoot it, but at the same time, like, we need to make
What
sure we're not
part
gonna
of you
get.
doesn't want to shoot it?
Yeah, it's fair. I'm gonna shoot it.
Okay.
The
Again,
fuck?
it's now swam away from you, so you're not point blank. You're at a minus 40 to hit.
What? 48? God damn.
That's what I said, right? For shooting the head, the brain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, that was with the shotgun. He has a rifle. I don't know if that changes things.
He's also like right on
header-
top of it, isn't he?
No, because with its turn, it swam away from him, like towards the. It didn't make it into the other room because it can't move nearly as fast as it was earlier.
It's a
But it
speedy
made
brain.
it far enough away that he's not at point blank.
Right.
This room's only like 15 feet across,
All right.
Get the C4 ready.
so he's probably like
Poor
19,
guy.
10 feet away from it.
Don't fail me
If
now.
some of us hadn't run towards other doors or fallen over, the C4 would be ready right now.
72.
I assume it's not a hit.
No, it is not a
Okay,
hit.
yeah, you fire into the water near the thing. Marks, you're up.
I guess I'll take a shot at it.
Okay, minus 40.
Minus 40?
Yes.
I'm not gonna take a shot at it. My skill is 40.
Doc,
Oh, yeah.
take a hit. Grab a desk leg.
Yeah, I guess I'll try to grab a desk leg.
Okay. Make a luck roll as well to see if you can wrench one of his desk legs off. I'm gonna say on your next turn, if you do it again, you just get it. But to get it on your first try,
78, so I guess not.
no. Neither of you are able to wrench one of these off in your first try. But on your next turn, if you continue, I'll say that you just get it. The creature moves into the room it came from. Johnny, you're up. Or sorry, yeah, Johnny's up. Yeah, Johnny.
Is the door still open?
Yes, yeah. It like when it came through, it slammed the door open, pushing all the liquid out of the way. Well, more like it drew the liquid up to it.
What's in the door?
That's another thing is as this thing is moving away from you guys out the door, the liquid level is draining as it like follows this thing. You cannot. It's open and you can see like in it, but it's a hallway of some sort that kind of goes off into a different room. You can't really make out what's in there because it's so dark.
This may be a bad idea. But can I kind of throw in my kerosene lamp to see if it can light the way?
You toss your kerosene lamp in there, and for a brief moment you get a look at another room that has instead of like the bookshelves like you saw in the previous room, it's a larger open room, and you see like some strange tall containers, and that's all you make out before your kerosene lamp hits the ground and shatters.
I'm not going in there, C4.
Okay, so is this thing in the other room then?
Yes, it has now entered the other room,
All right.
the left door.
I
as Nina Hartley walks back into the room, visibly like confused and scared out of her mind, but she has come back in. Johnny, you're up. Or sorry, Cohen, you're up.
All right. Is talking a free action in this game?
Yes.
Nina, I need your help. Come here.
She's already like walked up towards you.
Fantastic. I assume it will take me a turn to prepare C4.
Yeah. Yeah, you get this like mining. It's not you. They didn't get you C4. They got you like a mining explosive of some sort, but it's similar enough.
Fuck, that makes it. Well, because C4 you can cut like clay. I can be like, I need X amount of explosive. So you're saying I can't do that? I can't like set the size of my explosion?
I mean you can. It's just not like so C4 you can trigger from with an electronic pulse from like a distance. This you have to like light on fire and then run away from.
I like cartoons. All right.
Yeah. Well, no, it's just how it works. It's like diesel fuel mixed with a explosive that's like a powder.
Right, but I have to like light a fuse and just get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but you have the equipment. I mean, it's just not as instant as C4. You can still do it via radio. The problem is your radio's not going to work out.
I'm not worried about the instantaneous effect. I'm worried about making too big of an explosion.
Okay. Yeah, no, you're able to control the amount of
I
explosive.
prepare what I think is an appropriate amount of explosive.
Make a luck roll on that for me, would you?
I gotta make can I make a demolitions roll? I mean, that makes more sense, doesn't it?
Better. It's way better.
My demolitions is
I have an
great.
artillery of 20. Can I help?
Artillery, I'm gonna go with no, because this is exclusively a demolition.
Alright, demolitions is 40. It's worse than a luck roll, but we'll see.
What
how
about
it goes.
intelligence 15 with me throwing the kerosene lamp? Would we be able to see
56. I fail my roll.
56, you fail. You cut the you mix the amount you think is appropriate and set it up to a timed explosive somehow.
Guys, this is totally going to work.
I believe it.
I guess I don't know how this system works as well, but it's ready and action. My turn is
I think you just get an action, right?
I think you can ready in action. I think you can say like, if I see the thing, I will shoot. But you still take all the negatives of just shooting at it if you were able to see it. So.
this is not my turn, so I'll wait for turns.
Okay. Cohen, you cut off. You mix the amount of explosive you need.
Guys, this is perfectly done. I know what I'm doing.
Okay. Nash, you're up.
I guess if he's setting the charge, I'm gonna start backing out towards the exit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just kind of cover them while they.
Can I
retreat as
retroactively
well.
yell at everybody to get the hell out?
Yeah. I assumed that's what you were doing. Yeah. Nash, you said you.
I'm retreating, and then just gonna kind of scan the doorway that I exit from.
Barks. Okay. Creature, you don't know. Johnny.
I am ready to close the door.
Okay, so you follow to close the door behind you.
No, to close the door that the
Yes,
explosive is
he
being
closes
thrown.
it before
Oh,
they
okay.
leave.
Yeah, no, you close the door.
No,
Cohen.
I'm getting ready to for after he throws the explosive.
No, this is an amount of explosive that is going to like collapse this cave, I assume.
Oh.
Right? Is
Okay,
that your goal?
then, yeah.
That's what I assumed.
No. I don't want to collapse the entire cave because we're in the cave. I want to kill this brain thing. And
Oh, you're like.
He's trying to
Gotcha.
basically cut a frag.
I want to fuck up everything in that room.
Oh, I didn't get that. Okay, yeah. So, okay, good. So, Cohen, you're back up. What do you do?
Yeah, I'm not. I
You
got
mix the-
self-preservation.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I thought your goal was like set a timer, leave, and explode, and just seal this thing off. I thought that's what you were going for.
we might get to that
Yeah,
point, but
come
right
on.
now it seems like there's only one brain.
Right now we get to live.
I can blow up a brain. I feel.
Okay.
So it's in that room, right?
Mhm.
And I've got a bomb.
Yes.
Now is the time to throw said bomb into that room.
Okay. You
And then
toss
I
the
close
bomb.
the door.
No, sorry,
Okay.
hold on. I don't do that. I take that back. I go, hey Nina,
Yeah.
throw this into that room.
Okay.
Oh.
She tosses it in there, and let me roll for that for her. 34, good enough. Yeah, she tosses it in.
Good work.
And I closed the door. That was
Okay.
my ready to action. I've
You
been
close the
making that
door,
clear.
the metal door, the heavy metal door, which I did state earlier. Does it go off immediately? How does this work, Danny?
It goes off. So in my head when I prepared this explosive, I had assumed I would be the one doing it. So like there should probably be like roughly a couple of seconds in there for me to get the hell away from that door before it goes off. So it's not immediate.
Okay,
but
so
it's like pretty immediate. Like let's say 3 seconds.
Door gets shut. Bomb goes off. Door slams open. All of you are
move
knocked
away
to
from
the
the
ground,
door.
including you. And the smoke fills the cave, kind of suffocating, but not so bad that you're going to suffocate. But
we have oxygen tanks.
That's true. What do you guys do?
Try to get my bearings and the shotgun ready.
Wait, hold on. Are we not in turn order anymore?
No.
Nash is gonna move towards the door and like try to see what the hell happened inside. Try to figure out if it's actually dead.
I grabbed my
have to
desk leg.
confirm it.
I'm ready. I got my desk leg.
Can I draw my sidearm
back to
instead of
plan
the
A.
rifle?
Yeah, you guys walk in, and
Seems a
this
bit
liquid
unwieldy.
that had been gathering up around the creature as it moved has now dispersed in an even layer. What little remains of it is splattered against what appears to be some sort of lab walls in here. There's some equipment, some beakers and such on a couple of tables, and those have also been like destroyed and knocked back. There are several of these tall containers that were noticed when you walked in the room that were shattered, and corpses, some of which still, or not necessarily corpses, but bodies of people with this weird tinge to their skin are laying, 3 or 4 of them just across the ground, having been dumped out of this liquid, with a couple of them with the brains like stripped away, like you had seen earlier. Like you had seen the corpses themselves being like laying. You'd say there's probably 10, maybe 12. You're not sure. Some of them are in pieces because they were closer to the explosion. You make your way deeper into the lab, stepping over grotesque and disgustingly twisted body parts, scalpels, old equipment. All this equipment looks like it's from like the 60s or 70s. At the very back wall, you see a book. More of a tome, really. It has a leather cover and has an inscription on the front that reads U.S. government and U.S. government property. Or sorry, it's in a container.
The U.S. government,
It's
the
in a
tome of the
container.
U.S. government.
It's in a container labeled U.S.
The
government
Constitution.
property. And inside is a strange book, wrapped in a very flimsy and kind of gross feeling to the touch leather, written in a language none of you recognize.
Are there any more like files or any info like that?
Not in this room.
Okay.
That book goes into one of the.
That book goes under
watertight.
the charge.
We put it into like one of the watertight bags.
No, we don't.
What do you mean we
I
don't?
almost hate to ask this, but with my 60 in biology, would I recognize the material of the book?
Human flesh.
Yep, thought so.
Yeah. No.
Our job here is to make sure that this never surfaces. Why are we surfacing it?
Because we have to figure out what's going on.
I refer.
We were told to stop what's going on here.
I refer to my back tattoo, which says that it belongs in a museum.
I can't argue, but Nash is gonna say we dropped this place. No one can know.
Nobody
I
needs to
say
know.
we collect
I'm taking this
samples.
book.
Hey,
We're not gonna, it's not like we're gonna go up there.
We're gonna
and
blow
hey,
this
does
place
anybody
up.
wanna
That's
see
all I
our
wanna know.
flesh book? No, we're gonna take the flesh book and then we'll study it and then we can destroy the flesh book.
Fleshbook is my favorite FetLife alternative website.
Oh, Ooh. Yeesh. You best copyright that one.
Somebody get the domain name.
Yeah. So that's all there is in that room, though.
So,
There's one other room that you saw
you had
briefly.
said this room that we were in had 10 bodies in it?
10 to 12. You can't really tell 100% because some of them are just so destroyed. There's just pieces laying everywhere.
Do any of them match the corpses of the spinal columns and whatnot we had already found?
Yes, yeah. You see 3 or 4 that are like that.
Okay, but like, do we see any identifying features? Say, yes, this was with body A, this was with body B.
Oh, no, the bodies that are not, like, turned into the weird spine jellyfish are human, like, people.
Okay.
Hey, Agent Johnny, you went to the other room. Did you see anything in there?
I was going very fast, so no. Well, we should check again.
Okay, you guys make your way into the other room, and you see shelves on shelves of paper written out. A lot of it is older. As you're looking at this, a thing that catches all of your eyes is that on a couple of these, like, folders that you find is a green triangle upside down. Some of you
Isn't that our thing?
recognize. Yeah. Some of you might recognize it as a symbol of Delta Green.
The Illuminati.
All Delta Green evidence is to be destroyed.
So, I'm fine with that. But... we're Delta Green. Did somebody not, like, tell us? I feel like we could have asked somebody about
You probably wouldn't know.
the fact that, like, oh, this is like a Delta Green site where we operated on sentient nervous systems. I'm down to destroy this evidence, but I want to look at this evidence before we destroy it. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Yeah. You spend an hour going
I feel like
through
that's
some of
a
this paperwork.
way to lose your sanity.
And just life in general.
What do I see?
You go through the paperwork, and it takes you about an hour. And all of the paperwork that has the Delta Green symbol on it, obviously, and older, is old. It's like 1960s and earlier, which was the time period. And for people that are listening to the podcast hall, which I don't think is anybody except us at this point, because we're down to 6, is Delta Green was an official organization of the U.S. government, but like a blacklist organization until the like 70s, I believe. So this would have been when Delta Green was an official organization. You're going through it, it looks like this was just a storage facility for Delta Green. And you see like a list of things that came through, like various tomes and various books on occult rituals and strange chemicals and tons of other things. Eventually, it became a storage facility for the military just in general, until at some point it was deemed unsafe for anybody to stay here, and so they sealed it off by using explosives to seal the entrance and burying it underground and then filling it in with limestone.
All right, well,
We should use more explosives.
should have,
probably.
We leveled the place.
yeah, should have brought the flamethrower, I guess.
Yep.
Let's destroy this evidence.
Yep.
You got, what do you do?
Do we have means of making fire?
You have
Like
like 4 or
kerosene
5
lamps.
kerosene lamps, yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
just burn all of it. Like, we don't need to
Yep.
like risk a cave in. Like, it's just
Yeah.
paper,
What
right?
do you? Nina Hartley sees you guys like going through these files with these weird symbols on them, and is like, what the fuck is going on?
They were just casually being like, "Oh, we gotta burn that one." Shit.
Hey, look, like making airplanes out of them and just.
Yeah. We're like giggling. Oh yeah, that was a fucked up case, wasn't it? Yeah, that goes in the burn pile.
Well, if
Okay,
I see
excuse me.
everything out of danger, I would
There's
We
a
were
Warner
attacked
report, like an
by
authentic
by
one.
a
Yeah.
brain. It immobilized one of you for like a while. You shot it. It crawled away through like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, I mean, yeah.
I think you really
Welcome,
just.
Delta Green.
You really just you just summarized it for yourself.
I mean, that stuff did happen. We're not
Stuff
gonna
did
say
happen.
it did.
She begins to like hyperventilate, she's an ISB agent. She's supposed to like find drug dealers at national parks and like see where people are
Think of it like that,
poaching
except
endangered
I-
further extension.
I signal to our
I tried
EMT
help.
and I like do something, like snap her out of this, like
Yeah,
get her out
she
of the
is.
shock.
She is going into a panic, like
Yeah.
shock, having
Yes.
anxiety. Okay.
What check would this be for me to try to help her out of this panic attack?
Hit me with that first aid, baby.
I mean, he's an EMT, right? He should be able to do this pretty easy.
Yeah.
That's a 1. I think that works.
Hell
Zero
yeah.
1. That's a critical success, dude. Yeah,
She's cool
you
with all of it.
Yeah, no, you calm her down, and she's
Give
like,
her
and
5
you calm her
side
down,
courses.
and she says, whatever's going on here, I don't want to ever think about it again. I don't want to see any of you ever again, and whatever the hell agency you're with, I don't want it to reach out to me ever again. After today, you never fucking met me. Do you understand? You have never fucking met me.
Nina, I don't think that's how this works.
Certainly didn't for me.
I'm pretty sure the options are you're either in or you're out. And if you're out, well,
I'm out. I am not.
before
You think about that a little bit.
before you say you're out.
Oh, she looks around at you guys and figures out what you're saying. You see the realization in her eyes as the light in those eyes leaves them. And she says, "How? What is going on?" And she leans up against like the wall, defeated, and just stares at the floor. This weird liquid lapping at her shoes.
Listen, if Nina says no, then the answer is obviously no. She obviously doesn't have to join. But the thing is that she would never say no. Like, the option of no is not on the table because of
hold
the
on.
implication.
Implication.
I think you're missing the part where if she says no, we have to kill her in this cave. And as somebody who previously seemed very concerned with the survival of one Nina Hartley, one of us, I believe, Gooble Gobble, one of us.
You're not killing
I calmed her down. I'm going over to the other room to collect more samples for whatever goo is around.
Mhm.
So that's what I'm gonna do.
Is there a pep talk skill
I
that
was
I
gonna
can...
say, I'm gonna go and like sit down with Nina and maybe we'll just talk it out a little bit.
I'm gonna offer a smoke.
I'm the most persuasive. I've got a persuade of 70.
Yeah, but you also don't care if she lives or dies.
No, if she says no, she fucking dies. I don't make the rules.
Yeah, that's
I just work here.
So she's like, what's going to happen to me? What is
A brand new
what
adventure
was
on
that
life.
thing?
They're gonna come in contact with you. You're gonna get a bunch of time off, paid time off from your job. You're gonna do some training. I mean, you're a federal agent. You've gone through this training before.
She's
that they
not a federal
training.
agent. Or is she a
Well,
federal agent?
I don't know. How does that work? She's Department of Natural Resources.
Yeah,
Of course
Yeah,
she
she's
is.
DNR. She's federal.
For
Yeah.
the
Yeah, she's a
state.
Fed. Hell, she's more Fed than I am.
Well, I guess at this point, yeah, it's fine.
I think it's like them and then Department of Energy, and like you don't fuck with those guys. But yeah, just like you're gonna go through some training, and then like one weekend out of a year or two, this is it.
It gets easier.
It sucks at first.
No, I
You
don't
have
know
to
if I
do
can
it.
say
This
that.
is the worst thing that could have happened.
Yeah, this is my first
Matt,
case. I don't.
This is
actually
the
know.
worst thing that could have happened. I would have liked to have known that before I agreed to come into this fucking cave with you. That would have been fucking nice.
Well, hey, we didn't know there was going to be a sentient brain in here.
Nina. He was being sarcastic. The worst thing that could have happened is you could have gotten dissected by a living brain. You get that,
I was
right?
like story break. I thought for sure this thing was going to kill all of you. I thought at the very least it was going to kill Ben's character. I thought Tan would take a shot once. He might be able to come back from it. This thing's going to chase Ben, who just lurked deeper into its lair. And then Tannen shot it for all of its health in one go.
That's Norse Foundry for all of
That's-
your random number generating needs.
That's the power of a gun.
Are you ready to meet God?
Listen,
Well,
I played a lot of rock, paper, scissors, and gun beats brain every time.
I do have to appreciate that because that means I don't have to look up what a shotgun does for damage.
it's like 1d8. The medium carvings are like, which is what like a typical AR-15 is, which is what we would have been issued, is 1d12.
Oh yeah, but
I rolled max.
when Austin was asking me if I was sure I wanted to go into the other room, it was me thinking, yeah, I could probably buy those guys an extra round or two of time.
You sure
and then
could have.
spend, like,
Yeah, thanks.
it's like,
Yeah, no.
wait,
If Tannen had
you-
missed, or if Tannen had done even a single less amount of damage, you probably would have gone down. If not Tannen and you had gone down. Because the chances of any of the rest of you hitting that thing were 0 to none. Well, we're actually 0, I think.
Yeah, literally 0.
Yeah, because I have a 40%, so minus 40 would have been 0.
Yeah. So Nina,
Yeah, back to that.
Nina, you were so excited to do this. So many more adventures to come. And also, if we're talking about choices, you don't really have any. So, hop on board. It's gonna be great.
She says, I'll wait for the call.
We'll let you burn all this evidence. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
You killed the brain creature. You threw the explosive that blew up the brain creature.
You're a damn hero.
You're doing great.
She grabs one of the containers of kerosene and says,
Day one.
Sure I am. And just begins to drench all of these papers.
Question.
Yes.
Do we see any more iconography for this angel thing?
No.
So that was all just a red herring to get us further in?
No, I think that is part 3 of this adventure.
We're gonna fight God next.
It's a Final Fantasy game, baby.
Classic Final Fantasy.
We need to go kill
Yeah.
Rand.
You guys douse all of this stuff in kerosene. You light it on fire. It burns. You go back the way you came. You pass the angelic figure carved into the wall. You crawl your way out. Agent. Sorry, I need to find it. There it is. Agent Nash. You don't feel good.
Can't imagine I would.
Your body just doesn't seem to want to do what you tell it to. Your left leg kind of drags behind you as you walk. You have nerve damage, permanent nerve damage.
Oh, sweet.
Did we get out of this cave?
Yeah, you make your way out of the cave. You get to the car.
Okay,
you guys
then
drive
okay,
back.
then. Okay.
You guys drive back. Where do you head? So you still have to cover this thing up. As you drive back, we pull out, zoom out on Marengo. You're back at this map, and you see the clock in the upper right hand corner begins to zoom back. You see a group of people walking towards the cave, the middle of the demon's cave, the middle of the night. A man pulls his hood back, and it's Randall, and he speaks to somebody and pulls his hood back up, and they go in. You see them making their way into the inner sanctum. There is no blowout at this point in the cave where the spring is happening. They do a weird ritual of some sort that doesn't involve any sacrifice, just prayer and singing. You see them leave. The clock starts moving forward again. You see them coming back about a week later, Sunday again. And you see that this opening has appeared, and you see a man, not Randall, younger, preaching and pointing at the spring, and finally you see, between then and that happening, you see a young man about a year ago moving into this cave, into this inner sanctum, and he's in full explorer's gear. He's opening this website on the Devil's Cave on his phone before he loses signal, and it's the Batka. And he's exploring this cave, and he finds this back room exploring, and he pulls himself in, and his leg gets caught. He's wearing some sweatpants. They get caught in the pool of water, and he swims through, and time passes, and he doesn't swim back. And then the church congregation meets again and finds it. You see them sending people through once a month, praying over them and sending them through, none of them coming back. The last one you see coming through is the local woman that was found as the second corpse. She doesn't come back. They leave. You guys arrive in town a week later.
So we have to cover this whole thing up?
You don't know any of that. But yeah, you have to cover up, like, you're in charge of, like, making this look like a normal crime.
Guys.
I mean, didn't we already make an official statement?
You did, yes.
It's a burglar.
I have the best idea.
Okay, let's hear it.
And it is the idea that I came up previously
couch.
when I giggled to myself and said, I have a great idea for this. Is there a costume shop in Marengo?
There's not, but there would be one in Paoli.
Yeah, this is what we're going to do. I buy some sort of, like, whatever, like, the dumbest alien monster, whatever costume I can find in Paoli is.
Okay.
Okay, I also contact, what's the name of that website?
Phenomics.
Yeah, I leave them an anonymous tip stating that I have cracked the case at Devil's Cave, and that they need to be there at midnight, ready to record.
Oh no, you're Scooby-Dooing this?
You're goddamn right I am.
I'm all for it. I'm on board. Let's go. Let's hobble my cripple ass up there.
All right, so this is how this is gonna go. So we have our trail cams. Did our trail cams find anything, by the way?
They did not. No, you guys came and all that happened within like 3 hours. It's just barely nighttime when you guys leave the caves.
Okay, so we leave those up. We're just gonna punk these dudes. So, like, I'm gonna dress up like a monster. We're gonna convince. So, like, I tell them I have an anonymous tip. And I'm gonna send them because, like, I have all this information, right? Like, I have this dissertation. I have all these sources. I've got, like, all kinds of crazy stuff that, like, is gonna look legit, right? I send them all of it. I'm just like, because it's all publicly available, right? Like, it's not, you know what I mean? I'm not, like, revealing any Delta Green stuff by doing that.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna be like,
domain.
You have to say Hickey Mosa. But I don't tell them to spit.
Oh no.
You have to say Hickey Mosa. And so I'm gonna lie in wait. And then I'm gonna and jump out. And then you guys will have to be like on the outside also just like doing spooky shit too. And then we all just pull our masks off and laugh at them. And all of that gets caught on trail cams. Like, we just embarrass the shit out of these guys. Huh?
As federal agents?
I was like... I was thinking we just do that, but then we just shoot them.
What if we recruit like a local... Hold on. Let's recruit...
the cameras.
No, you're right.
That's where we started to trail away.
We shouldn't pull our masks off on camera. We're going to recruit like the local cops. Like, we're gonna fuck with these guys who are coming in here and like mess with your town. I'm gonna do like a funny thing because like I've ingrained myself in the local cop community. I feel.
I like to think they love.
I started as kind of a jerk, but like I pulled around. I feel a little bit. And Nina owes us because we didn't murder her in a cave. So let's get them to do it, and then like that'll be the bit. And, like, we'll just embarrass these guys. Like, we'll just reveal the entire thing as a joke.
So the murder. What's the murder, though?
The murder from like before?
There have been 3 dead bodies found.
Yeah, that's fine. Like, those were just murders, right?
Okay.
Like we can be like, hey, those were murders. Whatever was up, like the I don't know. Like, what do you guys think? We've got a doctor and a half in this party.
Yeah.
Can we say that like a nervous system, like as like a prank from like local medical students or whatever, they like threw it into the cave, or because like I assume that TikTok video is gone, right? Like,
yes, yeah, it's been removed. The only so you guys have made a statement that someone broke into the cave and disposed of these bodies. So that is one
we say it's tied to the drug trade through. Make up something about some biker gangs moving fucking speed through here.
MS-13.
MS-13?
Yeah, MS-13.
Okay. All right. So your cover up is MS-13,
I mean, if
and
that
then with
sounds good with
the
everyone
all the
else.
supernatural stuff, you're gonna get the local cops to fuck with these college students.
Yeah, like we just Scooby Doo them.
Okay.
Which I think is hilarious and would also, in theory, discredit other stuff, right? Like,
Yeah. So that you
Honestly,
guys plan this out with the local cops. You're like you want to give these kids a hard time for like making your life harder, but you can't do anything legally. What were you saying, Tony? Sorry.
I think the only thing we really have to deal with is these college students. Like, yeah, there were some murders, but like nobody really cares.
I mean,
I'm sure the victims' families care. But like no one
but like,
important
besides
does.
them,
The only news coverage was of these college students. The news wasn't like, yeah, and these bodies were found. The news
Yeah,
only
exactly.
covered these college students.
Yeah, well, only two of the bodies were ever like confirmed to be people that were missing. They never found who was the third body. They don't know how old or long it'd been.
Yeah, that's
Exactly,
fine
but
to be
The
just
news never
from like a
covered
bear attack.
until these college students were talking about it. So we just have to discredit them.
you know what we should have done, and it's too late, is figured out who that floating brain was.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, it probably matters a little bit, but it's too late now. But yeah, that's the plan. The plan is we claim the known murders as just normal murders. We think they were dumped in the cave. That cave connects to a bunch of other caves and waterways and stuff, which we confirmed earlier. They could have been dumped in any number of places. There's no way to really know. But we have not
really
found... We haven't been able to connect any of these. They're all unfortunate, horrible crimes. But we don't think that they're connected. They are just things that have happened. Possibly because of drug trade, we don't know. And as far as any supernatural occurrences, and as far as any accusations from this website of us covering things up, of unnatural occurrences, they are bogus, and we can prove that. Look at this video that we had nothing to do with. And then
So this video of this happening to them goes viral. Like everybody makes fun of them. It goes pretty viral of them like getting dunked on by like the cops. Obviously, you can't see who they are in the video, but it's obviously like some local people.
Yeah, they
with
bring that trend
these
back.
these local people that are messing with these college students that have come into their town, are playing pranks on people for like bothering to come out there.
Which really just paints the town in a very poor light, but fuck it, who cares?
I mean, a less bad light than
Yeah, that's,
these other dudes, right? Like,
yeah, compared to the other option.
darn meddling kids, indeed. All right. Does that work? Is there ramifications? Like, I don't know how the cover-up process of this game works yet.
So I will tell after you guys say everything you're going to do. I will tell you the ramifications of what you didn't cover. I have a list of things,
Oh, no.
and then next time we play, it will be your guys' like in between session where
You've not
what
your...
bonds you lean on. Oh, sorry. What bonds you lean on to gain your sanity back, how these things impact you, and then we'll go into the next mission.
We hope you enjoyed the program. As always, this has been an Aureus Network production, published by arrangement with the Delta Green Partnership. The intellectual property known as Delta Green is a trademark and copyright owned by the Delta Green Partnership, who has licensed its use here. The contents of this show are Aureus Networks, excepting those elements that are components of the Delta Green intellectual property.
Be like, Hikimosa, and then he'll fucking go do that. That sounds great to me. Fuck Randall.